everyone, welcome back to Vicky's Life Diaries. Today we are going to see DPR. I'm so excited. This look is a bit different. It's very eye dependent, and I'm gonna sort of talk you through it and sort of just blab about my own life as per usual. The reason I'm wearing this is because I want to do a final dress reveal at the end. So let's get started. So first up in any of my routines is sunscreen and bronzing drops. Helps me just look that little bit more tanned. I went to Portugal like 2 weeks ago, which was actually very fun, but it was actually quite cloudy, so I didn't really get the tan that I wanted, but that's okay because we can fake it. Fake it till you make it, people. Always fake it till you make it. Portugal was actually quite nice. I really enjoyed my time there. The best thing they have is their pastries. Their pastries are divine, I tell you. Absolutely divine. And I feel that going to Portugal is going to be a yearly thing now, simply because of the pastries. The people there are great too, don't get me wrong, but the pastries. Like I said in the introduction, this look is incredibly eye dependent and very eye heavy. So instead of doing like my base, so foundation, concealer, you know, contour, blush, instead of doing all of that first like I would normally do in my normal routine, what I am going to do instead is I'm going to do my eyes and then use my concealer to like sort of clean the eye look up quite a bit more and then just fix the rest of my face. So yeah, let's get started on that. I have been practicing this look for the better part of the month of October now, and it's one of the reasons why my brushes are quite dirty. It's simply because I've been practicing a lot. I've had about 10 variations of this makeup look, all of which are completely different, all of which are, you know, fitting with what I'm going as for Halloween, which I will tell you at the end. But yeah, it's very different to my normal, you know, attempt at a clean girl look, but hey ho, this is what we've got to work with, so this is what we're working with. I really like this Roman palette, but I did actually drop it and it is partially broken, so it's a little bit upsetting, but you know, I think I'm gonna get a new one for Christmas, you know, maybe treat myself to a new one. We will see. I'm just building out the darker bits of my eyeshadow, that way when I blend it all in at the very end it'll look quite nice. On top of that is going like very like deep black eyeliner as well, so hopefully this turns out exactly how I envisioned it, but it is makeup, so we will experiment. I've always done like a sort of gradient as well. I'll go from the lightest color, which is in the inner corner of my eye, to like a peachy color and then to a dark color, which is kind of how I've always done my makeup, but I think I've just changed out the colors each and every time, so there's always something different, but it's kind of always the same, you know? I feel like this is a method that really works for me. I'm gonna go back with the residue of my red blush brush and just blend everything very seamlessly together. This is a very red look. Red is one of my favorite colors though, so you know, I'm not too upset about that. This is a little bit controversial, but I like to do my glitter with my fingers, so I'll go in just with my fingers and I'll tap it on, especially because the base of it is so sticky. It's gonna be quite nice. I've already seen DPR once, saw them in 2022 when I just started university, and I really enjoyed them then. I've also been a really big fan of DPR Ian for a long time. When I first went to see them, it was DPR Live, Ian and Cream, I believe. I'm not too sure. This year it's DPR Ian, Arctic and Cream. So yeah, it's gonna be really, really good. This year I'm also putting on a lot of chunky glitter because it is in fact Halloween, and Halloween does mean chunky fucking glitter. I'm gonna point out, this look will make you look absolutely insane before you look good. but I feel like that's to do with any sort of makeup look you do. You will look crazy before you look good. And my whole theme is based on the song Mr. Insanity, so I feel like crazy is quite a good look as well. Once again, going in with that red just to make it a little bit more red, because my glitter eyeshadows have a very, very like light pink base. I feel like the red is very much needed. So yeah, this is also my Halloween look for the year. Normally I would go to a house party. This year I decided concert, because why the fuck not? It is eyeliner time. I'm also going to do this off camera, because if I talk while doing my eyeliner, done for. Okay, now that my eyeliner's done, I do still look absolutely batshit crazy. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take it so that this like sort of extends just a little, and then that's going to be like a sort of base for where my concealer is going to go and tidy up, because all of this mess around here is going to be cleaned up and taken away. When I first went to the DPR concert, I didn't actually go with anyone. I went by myself, like totally alone, and I actually had a really good time. This year though, I am going with my boyfriend, and it is nice to go with, you know, someone you love and care about. It's always nice to go to a concert with like a friend or your boyfriend or a family member, etc, etc. But because I've been to so many concerts alone, I also don't feel like going alone is as scary anymore. Like, I went to Stray Kids alone and I made a really good friend there, and yeah, and now we hang out like once a year and it's really fun. You know, it's nice to go with someone for a change. Like, I went to the Olivia Rodrigo concert with one of my friends from uni, and that was really nice to do, but this time it's with my boyfriend and it's our first concert together, so this is going to be actually quite interesting, especially because he's not like the biggest fan of DPR. I did kind of just rope him along and he was like, yeah, sure. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. I have played him a couple of songs and he has said that he does like the vibe of it, so we will just have to wait and see if he likes all of it. And I'm also picking out his outfit and doing his makeup. I don't think he's gonna let me show you the makeup though, so we'll see, we'll see. Alright, now that my eyes are done, I can move on to the rest of my face, finally. The rest of my face is pretty much going to be the exact same as I would regularly do it. So concealer in the places where I need it the most. I feel like I do this really weird trick where I douse my sponge in setting spray. This just helps it last a bit longer, and I've definitely noticed a difference since I started doing it, as opposed to just making my sponge a little bit wet. It does make my makeup, especially around the places where I do need it most, so my concealer, like just last that little bit longer, which is actually quite nice. For my eyes, I'm just tidying up around the edges, but I'm doing that age-old trick that I've done for ages now, which is just do the concealer, dab the concealer in as you would normally do it, and then put powder straight on top. Don't blink, don't do anything, and immediately my eye is fixed. Now if you see, I've left a little bit of red under each eye, but I'm just going to go and make that a little bit more bold, because when I did it initially I just put the red everywhere. This time I'm going to go in with a really tiny brush and just fix it all. I feel like one of my best investments was buying the Milk and Refi, however you say it, blushes in like a cherry-ish flavor. Like this Milk one is Muse, and the one by Refi is literally called Cherry, and hey ho, it's worked pretty well. I do like them on a daily basis as well, so it's a very good investment. I quite literally had to do this off camera because it just kept getting worse and worse, so I figured I would just shut my mouth and do it off camera. The next thing I am doing is contour. This contour, I'm not blending it in as I normally would. I'm going to leave it quite harsh, so it gives more of a pop effect, you know? Funnily enough, tomorrow is my train back up, and I'm very lucky that on Monday I don't have classes, because this year I'm really trying to be good and not miss any classes. I haven't entirely stuck to that, I've missed a few, but you know, this is just like a cute little day out, and tomorrow I don't have any classes, so I'm not really missing anything. Overall, my classes actually have been quite good, so I'm actually kind of good with that. Now, this is something I never normally do, but today I am going to contour my cheeks. I'm just going to go around all the 3 colours, tap off the excess, please and thank you, and just... You can't tell, I don't normally contour my cheeks. There we go. Just make it a little bit more sunken in. I can't really tell if that's done anything for me, I really can't, but here's hoping it has. I'm going to go in with a brown pencil just over where I contoured, just to make it a little bit more defined, especially on my nose. Just because this is quite a dark brown, and it's a very grey type of brown, so this will really help, you know, pop it out really. I'm not adding any blush to this look, simply because it's Halloween. I don't want to be looking very lively, I want to be looking very dead inside, if you get me, and I feel like Mr. Insanity wouldn't have put on that much blush, so I'm not going to. I'm lining my lips with a black pencil today, only because I'm going to do like an ombre lip effect, like that. I'm aware I look crazy, and flick out, just a tiny little flick. It's like a baby Joker smile. Going in with my Glossier Cranberry. If I had to ruin one lipstick, it would be this, only because I have the Clinique Black Honey, and this is basically the exact same. Now that I successfully look quite a lot more crazy, when I looked at the music video for Mr. Insanity, he had crosses on his cheeks. Now, I've already got quite puffy cheeks, and no matter how much contouring I do, they're not going to go in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the crosses just under my eye. So now that I've got the little crosses on my face, I'm just going to lightly powder under my eyes again. I don't want to cover it too much, but I do want to make sure it's going to stay. Now, I am using the Charlotte Tilbury setting spray as well, which works absolute wonders. I'm really grateful that I bought it. But at the same time, I'm going to a concert, sweating, screaming, potentially crying, yet to find out. Gotta make sure this lasts. Final step, Charlotte Tilbury setting spray. Let that dry before you do anything. And that is it. Makeup is done. It's time to do the nails. This is the outfit. It is a little bit slutty, but it is Halloween. And from Mean Girls, Halloween is the one night a year where a girl can dress as a total slut and no one can say anything. So, yeah. What do we think? It is time to go to the concert. So, I will see you all in the next episode. Bye!